There are countless reasons why moving to Cyprus is a good idea. But there are some things that you definitely need to know before coming here. Hey everybody, it's Rico, and in this video I'm going to talk about 12 reasons why people regret moving to Cyprus. Number 1 is the increasing fixed costs. I live in Cyprus for 4 years now, and one thing that changed a lot are my fixed costs. I used to live with just 800 euros per month back in 2020, and now my fixed costs are minimum 3000 euros per month. Yes, of course, I have a bigger house now and I go out for food much more often, but fixed costs in Cyprus non-arguably increase very much because of the influx of foreigners and also because of inflation and other reasons. I used to pay 470 euros for a 2-bedroom apartment with a sea view and a big pool back in 2020, and now I pay 1000 euros for basically the same without the sea view. Yeah, okay, my current apartment is much more modern, but still, look at the difference. Reason number 2 is the hot climate. I mean, it's actually very obvious when you move to a Mediterranean island, but still, a lot of people just underestimate the heat. I mean, look at me, it's July right now and I'm just sitting here and talking and I'm like sweating. It is extremely hot and it will get even hotter end of July and August. In fact, August is actually so hot that it's publicly known and accepted that people just don't work. Most of the construction workers, they will not be on the site, most of the offices in Cyprus, they will close, and the whole island will basically just be at home or at the beach. But even at the beach it's too hot. And that is the reason why it's so common to have a pool here in Cyprus, but even the pool water is too hot. So, depending on the isolation of the house and the floor you're living in, the AC will most likely be your best friend during summer. Number 3 is the low quality buildings, but before you misunderstand me, let me explain. During winter it can actually be quite cold here in Cyprus, not extremely of course, but especially during January and February you most likely want to walk around with a jacket. And that is the reason why a lot of people regret moving here, because they just can't stand the mold. I used to live in 4 different properties here in Cyprus now, and 3 of them had a mold problem during winter. Even in this new building that I'm living in right now, it's just like 4 years old, but I also had a little bit of mold here during winter. And that even though the walls and everything is pretty good quality. However, I still had mold here, and that is simply because of the reason that the houses here are built not for the cold, but for the heat. Also, the salt water is pretty aggressive here and damages a lot of low quality buildings, especially the ones close to the sea. Number 4 is things can be very slow here. Oh yes, things can be very slow here and energy draining. By that I mean a lot of service providers are not on time, a lot of offices take ages to finish some documents, and people just take it very relaxed here. As relaxing as this sounds, a lot of people actually hate it and regret moving here because of this, because they want to get things done quickly and professionally. Quick story time. A viewer of mine recently moved to Paphos and I helped him find an apartment, and he wanted to install the Wi-Fi box. And the internet provider said in 3 days someone will come and install everything, but no one showed up until 7 days later, and then they installed the Wi-Fi box, yes, but guess where? In the fireplace. I still can't believe it. I visited him and I was just laughing so hard and I said, welcome to Cyprus. Number 5 is the limited job opportunities, because a lot of people move here with the expectation to find a well-paying job right the next day after arriving. And even though this is definitely possible, this is not what 90% of the people experience when they move here. It takes time and work to find a good job. And so a lot of people actually regret moving here because they can't find a well-paying job as easy as finding good food, for example. Again, there are surely a lot of open positions here in Cyprus with a lot of local businesses, but if you find out the local salary, you will find out that it's ridiculously low. And that is actually why I always recommend two options, and that is number one, either come here with a lot of money saved so that you can bridge the time until you find a new job, or option number two is to already start a new online business from your home country, and then you can move here to Cyprus and you will make money online and you can basically just work from home in your home office. Yeah, I know, it's definitely not for everyone, but I still want to mention it because I know it's possible, and this is why I want you to at least give it a try. I also have videos about that topic, so if you're interested, check out the channel. Number 6 is the limited shopping options, and the shopping experience is definitely not the same as, let's say, in Germany, for example. There is no real Amazon here and there is no next day delivery here either. You will not find all kinds of products or brands here in Cyprus, and if you're a fancy shopper, you definitely want to shop somewhere else. The infrastructure for that is simply not laid out yet. Number 7 is the driving conditions. Yes, we drive on the left side here in Cyprus, but I was actually used to it because I used to live in Bali for 6 months, and there I also used to drive on the left side. But a lot of people coming from Central Europe, they are not used to it and they are so afraid about it. I regularly pick up so many friends, business partners and clients from the airport because they are afraid of renting a car and driving on the left side. But I always tell them the same thing. It's all the same, just the other way around. No, but really, if you drive for 1 or 2 hours, you will actually get used to it and you will not even realize that it's the other way around. But other than that, the street quality and the infrastructure here in Cyprus is unfortunately really not the best. A lot of people argue about the holes that we have in the streets here and they are trying to fix it, yes, but still we just randomly have holes here and there, and also we have a lot of traffic jams here in Cyprus, especially during rush hour in Limassol, for example. But anyway, reason number 8 why people regret moving to Cyprus is the water supply. A lot of Central Europeans, especially Germans for example, they are used to drinking tap water, but here in Cyprus it's definitely not recommended. And that is very unfortunate if you consider how hot it is here. There are very high levels of minerals and chemicals in the tap water here in Cyprus, and so it's officially not recommended to drink it. And so we have to purchase a lot of water, especially during summer. For me, I always have at least 4 6-packs at any time in my living room. Reason number 9 why people regret moving to Cyprus is very interesting, and that is the healthcare system. A lot of people are afraid of moving to another country because of the healthcare system. They say that it's different here, and yeah, obviously it's another country. Cypriot hospitals definitely look a little bit different from the outside, and also the processes, yeah, they are different. But all of my experiences with local Cypriot hospitals so far are extremely positive. And I even know people that had surgeries here in Cyprus and they were also extremely happy. But I have another video talking about the healthcare system in Cyprus in detail. You can watch that video right here, it's very interesting. Number 10 is that it's boring here in Cyprus. At least that's what some people say. There is this one guy I still remember and he was so excited about moving to Cyprus. He texted me like every day, "Hey Rico, I'm coming next week. Hey Rico, tomorrow's my flight." And then he texted me, "Hey Rico, I'm finally here. Thank you so much." And then silence. Absolutely nothing for 4 weeks. And I was even worried about him. I was texting him, "Hey, is everything okay?" And he answered, "Well, you know, Cyprus really disappointed me. I couldn't even find one big party and now I'm moving to Spain." And I was like, yeah, obviously it's Cyprus, it's not Ibiza here. I mean, we do have Ayia Napa, which surely has crazy parties, but it's not like that you will have a huge party every night with hundreds of people in every city. For that, actually even the locals fly to Mykonos. So there are some people that regret moving to Cyprus because it's boring or there is not enough nightlife here, which I personally cannot really sign, and I do have nice nights here. But for some people maybe they want more. I'm not sure about that, so it depends on the person. And that actually leads me to the next point, and that is the island's isolation. Yes, Cyprus is an island and you can drive from one end to the other in basically less than 3 hours. And that is why a lot of people feel like there is not enough to do here in Cyprus. You can't spontaneously drive to Paris, visit the Eiffel Tower, then go to Amsterdam and then go to Germany, whatever, and you can't do all of that with the car because Cyprus is isolated. You're, well, on an island. But if people move to Cyprus and they are now surprised that they are on an island, I don't know what to say. Last topic is the most controversial one, and that is the political tension here in Cyprus. I never really discussed this topic, even though I'm the biggest Cyprus channel, but I do it for a good reason. And that is that I just know that it's so complicated, complex and very, very deep. You don't experience this tension on a day-to-day basis, but if you're starting to talk about it, you will feel the wound that the people have here, and it's definitely something that foreigners can't really handle because they are not used to it and they don't handle it professionally. And so talking about it as a foreigner just creates much more discussion and tension, and that is why I respectfully accept the situation as it is. I don't talk about it, I do my research, and as soon as I feel confident about it, I will talk about it. So if you subscribe to the channel, you will see me in my future videos. I'm definitely excited about that, and I will see you there.